origins of the game are still in dispute.
The Irish believe that it came from Ireland. Others suggest that it's a mixture of soccer and rugby out of England. And others even suggest it's a development from an Aboriginal game that was started here back in the early 1800s.
No matter how it began, today's footy fans make a habit of tuning into the weekly sports call-in show on radio station 3AW.
Say something to Tim before 7. Peter, hi.
Tim, I'd like to congratulate you on your fantastic comeback this year.
Thank you, Peter.
And mainly...
This is Tim Watson, and his comeback story is the stuff of sports legend.
Number 32, he's a marvel, Timmy Watson.
Last year, after a career spanning 15 years that saw him play in 5 grand final championships, Tim decided it was time to retire from the Essendon Bombers and take up the microphone as a broadcaster. But after covering a few victorious teams in the locker room, he found he couldn't stand being on the sidelines.
I was remembering and thinking, I'll never experience anything like this again. And as it turned out, I was redrafted by my team earlier this year. I decided to go back and play. We had a very, very young side. We were rebuilding a team for the future. And it's just come on a lot quicker than anybody thought.
Nicknamed the Baby Bombers, 8 of the 10 players on Tim's team are under age 19. And even with Tim's added experience, they were considered a long shot for the playoffs.
I was an absolute champion. Had a year off and came back and just absolutely stunned them this year. A great leader on the field.
He gives all the players lots of confidence in the finals and that because he's so experienced. He's a good player.
Very important possession. Watson's got it. Watson goes for goal.
And I've just sort of thought, I've got to run after this ball and grab hold of it so that it doesn't go down the field. And, I mean, it was just very lucky. I mean, there was just a bit of a gap, a bit of a space, and I just kicked the ball towards the goals, and it just managed to carry over the 2 other fellows in the goal square.
It must have been a marvellous feeling of relief.
Actually, I was too tired to be relieved. I could hardly pick myself up off the ground.
With that goal, Tim's team is headed for the grand final, the Super Bowl of Aussie rules football. But before we go to the big game, a word of caution. Never, ever confuse this game with rugby.
Rugby is a game for morons, basically. Australian rules football is a game for skilled athletes.
Now here's a crash course in everything you need to know about Aussie rules football. First of all, they don't wear helmets, so make sure your health insurance is paid up. The field is a huge oval, about 150 yards wide and 200 yards long. There are 3 goals at each end of the field. Points are scored by kicking the ball between the tall center posts for 6 points, or either of the 2 shorter side goals for 1 point. This is a high-flying aerial game where players spend a lot of time punting the ball to each other. Catching these punts is called taking the mark, and the receiver then gets a free kick, either to another player or on goal. There are 18 players per side, and the action is fierce. There are no TV timeouts and only a few short breaks during the nearly 2-hour match.
Listen, Tim, good luck on this Saturday because it looks like it's going to be a huge day.
Well,
feeling confident?
Yes, I am. I'm feeling very, very confident. I think that we've done all we can in preparation, and now all we have to do is get out there and actually play the game.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our coverage of the 93 Grand Final. We're watching the RWL.
In today's match, Tim's team, the Essendon Bombers, will be taking on the Carlton Blues. Both teams are based here in Melbourne, so it's as if the New York Giants were playing the Jets in the Super Bowl. That's how crazy Melbourne is in the week before the grand final. After all the hype and hoopla, it all comes down to this. 40 swarthy, sweaty men chasing one overinflated football.
The game is underway. From the middle, Somerville can't beat Matt. He pushes
Surprisingly, Tim and the Baby Bombers come on strong from the start. They strike early with pinpoint kicks from 50 yards out. They also thrilled the crowd with running plays like this. Watch number 13, Michael Law. In what is possibly his last game, Tim Watson is putting on a valiant effort. But the Carlton Blues double-teaming strategy limits his effectiveness.
It's very difficult to convey your thoughts at different times during a game, what you're thinking, what's going through your mind. But I think that the prevailing thoughts are often of failing, and I think it's that intense fear of failing, especially in a big game, and when you've played in grand finals like I've played before, winning grand finals, losing grand finals. I mean, the loss in a grand final is so far greater than any other loss of any other game that you might experience during the year. And I think that that'll be upmost in all my thoughts when I play again this weekend.
Well, Tim has no need to worry about losing this game. By halftime, the Bombers have established a commanding lead. But in the third quarter, the Blues, led by captain Michael Kernahan, mount a comeback challenge, scoring 3 6-point goals in a row. This may have given the Blues fans something to cheer about, but the Bombers simply answer back with 3 6-pointers of their own. By mid-fourth quarter, with the game well in hand, all the Bombers have left to do is sing their fight song. Final score, Carlton Blues 89, Essendon Bombers 133.
Next up, baseball finish style, so stay tuned.